If flames could pursue, they would blaze a trail, urging you to like this inferno, subscribe to fuel more, and share its heat before the burn engulfs your escape. For in the scorched scrolls of antiquity, where deserts swallowed civilizations and volcanoes birthed legends, there raged a blaze not of wood or lightning, but of unquenched fury, an elemental curse that danced across lands, igniting the guilty and sparing none in its path. This was the flames of forgotten wrath, a living fire spawned from the embers of an ancient betrayal, where a scorned guardian spirit of the earth was tricked and imprisoned by greedy nomads seeking eternal warmth. Tales flicker that it broke free, not as a mindless inferno, but as a sentient blaze, hunting those who echoed the original sin of exploitation, transforming landscapes into ashen wastelands while offering a scorching trial of atonement. A relentless pursuer, it leaped from spark to conflagration, embodying the wrath of the forsaken, where flight only fed its hunger and confrontation demanded a soul-searing reckoning. Yet, the flames chase the restless. They hound those who wander without roots, mirroring their transience with an unyielding hunt, forcing reflections on paths left in ruin. In this conjuring, we blaze alongside Kael, a nomadic scavenger of relics, a man whose existence was a ceaseless trek across sun-baked dunes and rugged canyons, scavenging forgotten treasures to trade in fleeting outposts. He called no place home, his life a mosaic of bartered goods and evaded debts, his companions the shifting sands and starry nights. Kael was no stranger to peril. His scars told tales of bandit ambushes and sandstorms, his cunning a shield against the world's harsh edges. But on a sweltering midday, as he unearthed a gleaming obsidian shard from a buried ruin, remnant of an ancient fire altar, he ignited it, the first spark of the curse. It flared as a harmless ember at first, warming his palm like a lucky find. But as he pocketed it, the ground trembled, and a distant rumble grew into a wall of flame racing across the horizon. Kael's eyes widened. The fire moved with purpose, not wild, but directed, leaping over rocks and curving around oases as if scenting his trail. "Run! The wrath awakens!" A voice crackled in the blaze, not audible, but felt in the heat's pulse. He fled on foot, his camel bolting in terror, the flames nipping at his heels, singeing his cloak. That night, camped in a canyon crevice, the fire encircled him, not consuming, but probing. Flashes of visions in the dancing light, nomads of old, binding a spirit with chains of greed, their laughter turning to screams as the flames rebelled. Panic, that swift-footed companion, propelled him onward. Kael traversed blistering plains, the curse a constant shadow of heat mirage, forcing him to abandon his scavenged horde for speed. He sought refuge in a nomadic caravan, bartering tales for shelter, but the flames arrived at dawn, igniting tents and scattering the group. Whispers spread among survivors. The wanderer brings the wrath, his greed mirrors the ancients. Guilt flickered. Kael recalled his own exploits, trinkets stolen from graves, deals skewed in his favor. The fire seemed to feed on these memories, growing fiercer with each evasion, transforming scrub into charred wastelands behind him. In a moment of respite by a dwindling stream, he examined the obsidian shard, its surface etched with runes depicting betrayal, pulsing hotter as if alive. Desperation forged unlikely resolve. Kael turned not to flight, but to pursuit of answers, trekking toward the volcanic cradle where legend said the spirit was born. The flames herded him, blocking wrong paths with walls of fire, guiding like a malevolent shepherd. Along the way, he encountered a hermit sage in a cave, wizened and scarred by his own encounters with elemental furies.
"The wrath isn't vengeance alone,"
the sage rasped.
"It's a forge. Face it, offer what was taken, or be consumed."
Kael pressed on, the heat blistering his skin. visions intensifying, his life as a scavenger, leaving trails of exploited souls, echoing the spirit's imprisonment. The curse wasn't random. It had chosen him as a vessel for its forgotten rage, amplifying his isolation into a blazing mirror. The climax roared at the volcano's maw, a caldera pulsing with molten rivers. Kale stood at the edge, the flames coalescing into a colossal form, a fiery guardian with eyes like glowing coals, its body swirling embers and ash. "You carry the shard of my chains," it boomed, the voice a crackle of thunderous heat. "Return it, atone for the greed that binds us both." Terror warred with insight. Kale realized his nomadic life was a chain of his own making, exploiting without roots, much like the ancient betrayers. With trembling hands, he hurled the obsidian into the lava, but the flames surged, enveloping him, not in destruction, but in transformation. Pain seared as his body ignited, not burning away, but reshaping. Flesh to flame, guilt to purpose. He emerged not as man, but as an extension of the wrath, a being of living fire, bound to roam and ignite atonement in others. The curse didn't end, it evolved, granting Kale eternal vigilance to pursue the greedy, his form a blazing specter that spared the repentant and consumed the unyielding. Villages he passed flourished in his wake, their exploiters reformed or reduced to ash. But Kale wandered alone, his humanity a flickering memory, the wrath's flames now his own. Irony burned bright. The pursuit that terrorized him had freed the spirit by claiming him, turning the hunted into the hunter, forever chasing echoes of his former self. Decades later, nomads spoke of the Flame Wanderer, a fiery apparition that tested the hearts of travelers, offering redemption through trials of heat. Some emerged wiser, their greed purged. Others vanished in blazes. Kale's legend grew, a caution against rootless avarice, his eternal roam a testament to the wrath's mercy and malice intertwined. And in quiet oases where campfires crackled, wanderers felt a watchful warmth, a reminder that forgotten furies could reshape destinies in flames. And thus concludes our terrifying tale of the Flames of Forgotten Wrath, a fictional elemental horror that scorches the soul. If this blaze has ignited your fears, subscribe to Phantom Myths for more original terrors that burn through eternity. Like, comment your encounters with unrelenting pursuits below, and share if you dare. Until next time, tread lightly, for wrath may follow your steps.